Hi, this is Bill Hayhurst once again from Telquest Tech Support. In this video, I'll be going over the Panasonic KX-TVA voicemail system and how to install the software, and especially focusing on the drivers. Alright, the first thing you'll need to do is to download the Panasonic programming software for the Panasonic KX-TVA50 voicemail. If you don't have a link, speak to your Telquest salesperson and that person will help you get the link. Once you do download it and unzip it, it should look something like this. Now I'm doing this on a Windows XP computer, so my screens may look a little bit different. Okay, now the first thing we're going to do before we install the software is to create a place where we can put the USB drivers. This has been an ongoing problem when installers try to install the system or operate the system because they can't find the drivers. So here's my recommendation. If you follow this, you probably won't have too many problems. Also keep in mind, I am installing this on a Windows XP computer, so your screens may be a little bit different. So we just go in this area here where I happen to have the software downloaded already, but that's not what we're going to talk about. I'm going to right click in here, choose new, and then a folder. I'm going to call this folder AAA Pan Drivers. Now the reason I gave it that name is it'll be easy to find. After you do that, just press enter. So we have a folder ready for our drivers now. The first thing you'll need to do is to download, unzip, and install the Panasonic programming software. If you don't have it, call your Telquest salesperson and they'll help you get a link so you can install it. Now you can see here already on my screen, I've downloaded it, unzipped it, and have it here. I'm going to double click on the icon, so we'll go ahead and double click and do the installation. Another small note, certain areas of the installation may take a minute or two. In that case, I'll pause the video and chop that part out to expedite this lesson. Okay, you see it here, it's extracting the software, setting things up. We're going to click on Next. We'll click on Yes right here. We'll click on Next. Now it's going to install. Now I may pause this during this installation to expedite your lesson. Alright, looks like it's almost done now. Okay, now here's something that is very, very important. I'm going to read it for you. When you use USB connection for programming, you have to install the KX-TVA USB driver beforehand. Do you want to copy the USB driver files? Yes. Now, a pop-up came over here, but I'll drag it over onto the screen. It's asking me where do I want to put them. Well, guess what? Remember earlier we created that up here, the AAA pan drivers. So we're going to scroll down through here until we find it. Alright, if you remember, we put that folder inside of another folder, the Panasonic or the Pan KX-TVA50. We'll click on that. There's our AAA pan drivers right there. We click on that and then we click OK, and it says the files have been successfully copied into that folder. We click OK, we click Finish, and you're all done. Now we'll go on to the next step where most people seem to have a problem. Alright, as you can see, the software has installed a shortcut icon on my screen, KX-TVA Maintenance Console. I've already done the quick setup. We cover that in a different video. So this will be a little bit expedited. Once again, the primary purpose of this is to show you the driver installation. So I'm going to go ahead and double click on this. I'm going to choose TVA50. The programmer code is the word installer, all capital letters. Then we click OK. Then we get this big screen, which I'm going to minimize so you can see it. Alright, I've brought the screen area that we're concerned with. This will be the upper left-hand corner of the KX-TVA Maintenance Console, or the programming software for the voicemail system. We go up here and click on Connect. Alright, I had to move this into the screen, but you'll see this here. It's giving you a choice of the connection method. Since we'll be using USB, it's checked for us so we can select it. We click Next, and here's what you get. The system cannot find any USB device connected to your computer. Now this could indicate several different things. Number one, it could mean that the voicemail system is not plugged into the USB port of your computer, or that you maybe have a bad USB cable. It also could indicate that the driver is not installed. There is another message that could come up as well that will say no driver found. And here's how we solve this problem. Alright, the first thing we do is cancel this right here. Alright, next we're going to go to My Computer or Computer, whatever it says in your operating system. We're going to put the mouse over it and right click. Then we're going to go down to where it says Manage right here and click on that. I'll drag this into the frame. Then we go over here where it says Device Manager. We're going to click on that. And if you notice here, Other Devices, Voice Processing System. It's not there. This indicates that the computer didn't recognize it, mainly because there was no USB driver. Even though we had put the drivers in earlier, it doesn't seem to find them. So we go down here on Voice Processing System and double click on it. Then we go to Reinstall Driver. And we select right here, Install from a list or specific location. Then we click Next. Then we're going to specify where we have that. Now if you remember, we had it in a folder called PAN KX-TVA50. So we'll click on Browse, and we'll scroll down here. Here is the PAN KX-TVA50 folder. We click on the plus mark. There's PAN drivers. We click on that. And since this is an XP computer, I'll select XP. Now if you have a Windows 8, you should choose the Win 7. We'll click on that just to make sure. There's two different, 32 and 64 bits. You would choose whichever one fits your computer. In my case, I have Win XP, so it's easier for me. Then I click OK. Then I click Next. It's going to try to install the driver, and we'll see what happens right here. Alright, you can see it's starting to load it. You'll get a warning like this, simply indicating that the driver doesn't have some type of signed certificate information from Microsoft. It doesn't matter. Click where it says Continue anyway. Right, you'll see the sheets fly through the air, or something different if it's a different operating system. Then we click Finish. Then we click Close. Right, if you notice now, it's not up there, but in the USB section, we have Panasonic voicemail. That's a good sign. We'll close this down. All right, we're going to go back in again. We're going to connect to the system. We put in our password, installer, all capital letters. And we go in the upper left-hand corner, and I'll drag it down here. Well, I'm going to click on Connect. You can see it come up again. We're in the USB. I click Next. This time it looks better. It didn't give us the red stop sign. I put in the password 1234. That's the default password. Then I click Next, and it says we're connected. I click Finish, and now we're in the programming mode, ready to go. Alright then, that concludes this little training lesson here on getting the drivers to work on the Panasonic KX-TVA50 voicemail system. I hope it helped you. This is Bill Hayhurst again for TelQuest Tech Support.